So I figured that's too late to get on the agenda.
No, you're certainly welcome.
I'll welcome. Well, I'm not on the agenda though.
No, I understand.
Is that all right? But then I seen last night on the internet it's a short meeting. So
Right.
I thought, well, maybe you want to hear what I have to say now instead of the next meeting when it could be 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right now it's
Because
public
I tend to
comment.
run off the mouth, as you know.
Feel free. You want to come
Good.
up?
All right, real quick. I'll condense my presentation. Can everybody hear me? Is the camera running, Joellen?
You got it.
Oh, and before I start, you and I had a conversation a couple months about your videos, and I have to congratulate you. You're doing very well. So you made, you and I are YouTube stars. What I want to talk about, Ames.
Yeah, look, just for the record,
Oh, my name is Martin Brundig,
address.
2106 New Street,
Okay, thank you.
in the village of Ebenezer, where, as you know, I'm honorary mayor.
I understand.
Very important man. What I want to talk about is something that affects everybody in this room at Lebanon County right now. It's probably the most hated thing on the earth. They're called mosquitoes. That's right. I've never seen the mosquitoes this bad. I mean, they're bad. And right now in Lebanon County, we had 1 death from West Nile, you know that, and there's 5 people trying to recuperate. And West Nile is like Lyme disease. Even when you recuperate, and it's like malaria, it can come back their whole life. So it's a very serious issue. Like I say, I've never seen this many mosquitoes, and of course that is because it hasn't stopped raining in this county in 3 months.
Right.
What has occurred in this county, listen to this, in the last 3 months, has never occurred in recorded history. Think about that. The Weather Bureau, I believe, is keeping records since 1888. This has never happened. Average rainfall in this county is 44 inches a year. We're beyond that. Baltimore just blew it. They're way beyond it. But on and on. But what I'm saying, I talked to the girl from Penn State Extension yesterday, and she comes in here and tells us about West Nile and mosquitoes. And I asked her, what program do you have? And she said, they go on and check for mosquitoes. I said, no, what program? The first time I was ever in Florida was 1959, a long time ago. And while I was in Tampa, and we went out to eat one night, and the guy lived there, he was driving a car, and I seen his truck. I said, what's that truck doing? Spraying for mosquitoes. I never heard of that. You know, around here we didn't do that. So that's basically the reason I'm here. I think it would behoove the commissioners to get really involved in this and establish maybe a committee or a commission to undertake a very serious spraying. I think that's the only way you can counteract mosquitoes. I think I'm not that far in my.
They're doing scientific research in order to decide where to spray, in what order, because you can't do everywhere at one time. And it goes on regularly. The county commissioners do sponsor the person who does the spraying. So we are actively involved.
You said the person. No, I'm talking about persons, big time. You can't go at this half-assed. You can't do it. Because I'll tell you why. I've worked in weather all my life. I know weather. I know what it's going to do. The last 5 summers, if you take notice, the summers have been getting wetter and wetter and wetter. Right now, we have 4 seasons. Each season's supposed to get 3 months. Summer now gets 5 months. It took a month off of spring and a month off of fall. Ames, when you and I were young, we had beautiful springs and falls. We really don't anymore. Not for the last 5-6 years. In other words, the summers are getting longer. They told us that was going to happen 40 years ago. They really did. You see, the summer we've had, the last couple of summers really, this isn't South Central Pennsylvania weather. This is Southern Virginia weather. Everything's moving north. I read an article years ago, and they said if we could live long enough, someday in this county, we will see palm trees and alligators in the Swatara Creek. Because is that the natural cycle of the planet? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Is it global warming? I don't know. Other theory, is the government seeding the clouds? That's a big theory right now. I don't know what it is. I kind of think they're seeing the clouds myself, but whatever. But what I'm saying, trying to say, you can't go at this half measures. You got to go at it big time. Whether that takes herring, someone that does this custom spraying to come in, be it by a truck or by the air or whatever. But that's my idea. I mean, you got to form a commission or do something, because we've always heard about malaria and dengue fever and on, and we figure that's third world country disease. No, it's here. I mean, it's here and it's scary. And one reason I'm here, I don't think in the last 3 months a day went past and I didn't get bit by a mosquito. Right now, rounded off, there's what, 130,000 citizens in Lebanon County, and I'll guarantee you 129,955 have been bitten by a mosquito. The 5 people who haven't been bitten are sadly invalids that haven't been out of their bed for 5 years. Believe me, if they walk off after 6 o'clock at night, they'd get bit. So, and the weather's not going to change around. The weather forecasters are telling us already, this winter is going to be above average warm and above average precipitation. And if you have warm, the precipitation is going to be in rain. You know, so it's what has to happen. Nobody wants to see it. We should have a bitterly cold winter with no snow on the ground, because the snow insulates that ground, and as much moisture's in the ground, we need that ground to freeze down at least 2.5 feet, because it hasn't done that for quite a few winters, and that will drive the insects down. And I know the scientists say, no, that's not true. You talk to any old farmer and he'll tell you the same thing. So that's why I'm here. I'm just saying, I think it'd be something worthwhile to the commissioners to look into, and because it is a health issue, it would probably be a lot easier to get some money to fund the program. Now, if you decide to do this program, I know where you can get some of the funding. Now, not all of it, not near all of it, but at least enough to get the program up and running. But if you decide to do the program, we'll talk that out in a later time. So, Litz, do you think that's a good idea?
Again, we're already doing that, Martin.
You're not listening on me. I said what you're doing is not near big enough. This is a serious issue, and it's not big enough. It really isn't. You got to come in here like they do in the southern states where there's nothing but swamp, and you got to spray. I don't care from the air, from the ground, or what. But you got to go. You can't go at this half measures. And the way I talked to Olivia Binghamon yesterday, what she's telling me, it's just really, really nothing. It really isn't. So that's my idea. You know.
Well, I know during the season there are 2 of them. She does have another person and a truck.
Yeah, one truck. Ames. The county's what, 365 square miles large. Not a small county, but still, one truck isn't going to do it. It really isn't. So that's my idea. And if you don't do it, you know me and being I'm a very mean-spirited person. I'll go on a Laura LaBeouf show next year and say, hey, all you people, you like all them red welts on your legs, huh? So you do with it what you want. That's my idea. A long line and a great ideas. You know what I mean? So that's my idea. I'm out of here, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.